1, 2, 3, clap. Look at us squatting mosquitoes. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, worrying what to do about their caloric intake, that is Brogan Hastings.
And over there, apparently struggling for words for an intro, it's Rachel Vanassi.
I didn't know where I was going to go. I started talking, and I'm like, I need to say something.
I know.
And I'm like, what have we already talked about?
I know that when you're struggling for stuff, because you're usually so confident in your intros.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I never know what you're going to say.
I am hardly ever confident in my life, Brogan.
False confidence. You don't need to be really... Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you die. Oh, yeah, till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, and then you die.
Of course. Like a bitch. We're back again. Back again. We had a bit of a longer break than we expected between episode recordings. It's been almost 24 hours, but not quite.
Instead of the usual 5 to 7 days.
Yeah, exactly. We're here to bring to you today part 2 of the Vegas Recap 2024. Or is it Vegas 2024 Recap? I don't know. Which one would it be?
Vegas 2024 Recap.
Okay, Vegas Trip 24 Recap.
Vegas 24.
Yeah, yep. And I think we're just going to get straight into it. None of this fluff talk like last episode that took up too much time. So we are up to, I don't know what day of the week it was, but on my list it's day 12, but it's not really day 12, it's like day 4 for our conjoined Vegas
Something like
adventure.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was the official first day of Scoopfest. And
yes.
Of course, that starts off with the event at Jacob's house, Jacob's Whiskey Barbecue, which is a ticketed event. Does it?
That's not where my day started.
Fuck. Okay, you can go on. Tell you. What did we do beforehand? Oh yeah, that's right. My day started waiting for you and Chris to show up.
My day started at the boot barn.
That's right. That's why you were late.
Oh my god. Because we had thought about, because I knew I wanted to ride the mechanical bull. And Chris was like, you can't ride the mechanical bull without cowboy boots and a cowboy hat.
Fucking Chris, like, you enabler.
You're so fucking right, Chris. I was like, I'm going to take you to Boot Barn. And I'm like, cool, what's a Boot Barn? I love Boot Barn so much. I expected it to be, like, cheap. I don't know why. Nope, that's proper ass cowboy shit.
Of course not. Just because it's got barn in its name does not mean it's going to be cheap.
No. So I ended up getting 2 pairs of cowboy boots.
It's a good thing that you don't eat animals for ethical reasons. Otherwise, you would hate Boot Barn, I imagine.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of leather going on there, including the 2 pairs of boots I bought.
Yes.
And I really only bought 2 pairs of boots because I found one that I love. Well, I looked around and I wasn't sure about any of them because the sizing was weird. I couldn't quite figure out what the right size would be. And obviously I'm looking in the men's section, so I'm like, I'm going to have a look at the women's section. And I found a pair of boots that were the perfect fit and they were $60. I was like, I have to get these. They were grey. They had like blue stitching on them. Very, very nice. And I'm like, I love them. But I'd be getting them for the sake of getting them. It's not what I'm actually looking for. So, but I was like, they're $60. I was like, I'll put them to the side just now. Then I found the pair of boots that I wanted that was like dark brown leather, loved them. And then I was like, which ones do I get? Which one do I get? And Chris is like, just get both. And I'm like, you're so right. So I got both.
Chris, you enabler bastard.
I know. And then we looked at t-shirts because the t-shirts were really cool as well. And
just big pictures of boots on them.
Well, like cowboy western style stuff. And I really like cowboy western style stuff. It was
lassos.
Yeah.
Revolvers.
Yeah,
horseshoes.
Stuff like that. And I got a shirt as well. I did look at the cowboy hats, but they were extortionate. And I was like, I don't think I can justify the boots. I can't justify the hat.
Yep. Of course, the boots are, they're justifiable because you're going to wear them one time on a mechanical bull.
Well, the dark leather ones I can justify because I was like, I could wear them at work.
Yeah.
I could wear them to work. The blue ones, not so much, but $60 for cowboy boots.
You could wear them at work. I mean, you worked from home today. You could have worn them all day today at work at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason, because I'd actually forgotten that this is how I started that day until yesterday, because half my stuff is still in suitcases in the other room. We were going to record another episode yesterday. We ended up not. But I came out the room and all I heard was, and I'm like, oh shit, Mum's dropped something. So you turn to the room and Mum's pulling out my grey cowboy boots. She was like, oh my God, I love them. Oh my God. Well,
I was going to say, Yvonne Hastings was in love with some dead cow flesh.
She loves that. She has a pair of green cowboy boots that she loves, and she was like, I don't know where I will ever wear them, but I love them and I can't bear to part with them. So yeah, so that was where my day started. You're saying
blue leather boots, right? I'm picturing them kind of like suede-y leather.
They're not
are they
blue leather? They're grey leather.
Sorry,
actually,
yeah.
Have you not seen them?
I don't think so.
Hang on.
Brogan is leaving to retrieve the boots. I picture like an Italian-style men's shoe, like a short heel with a gap to the rest of the sole. Grey, of course, with the blue stitching. Here we go. Oh, wow. No, they're real fucking cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But I was right about the heel, at least. But that's because that's what cowboy boots look like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was telling the cheese bags what I thought they were going to look like.
Cool.
But yeah, they're just real cowboy boots. So that's
From
something
Boot
we'll have to
Barn.
post a picture of. Boot Barn.
So yeah,
us in the industry like to call it BB.
I went there with Chris and got back to the Rio, got changed, and then came to pick you guys up.
Yeah. Yep. And then I don't think we were fashionably late or anything. I think we were pretty much on time for Jacob's Whiskey Barbecue.
Roughly, there were a lot of people there, but I think a lot of people show up very early. And especially...
Most of the people got there via the buses.
Well, I think the buses had already got there. But not very long ago. So, yeah. But you know what? We were still there before shooting duty.
That's because they hadn't even gotten into Vegas yet. They were still landed. In the air when we were first there.
They had not even landed.
Yeah. But this is also, not only is it a ticketed event, we actually had tickets, unlike last time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We were not kidnapped and brought along by Jury and Schwood. And good thing we weren't relying on that this year.
Oh my God,
because they were not there in time.
Can I just say, though, Justin Robert Young showed up looking like how somebody else described him as a Iranian pimp. And I am so here for that look on him. He looked so
Iranian
good.
Or Armenian?
I heard Iranian, sure but it could be Armenian.
I think it was Armenian.
Either way,
not sure.
Like, holy shit, that was such a look on him, and I'm here for it.
I tell you, I love hanging out with Brian and Jury. More so Brian, because I feel like we have very similar thinking in terms of humour. Mm-hmm. Because when we were standing around at the Whiskey Barbecue, we both made the exact same joke at the exact same time. And that's not the first time that's happened.
Nice.
Yeah, and we just because I don't know what it was, like a bug flew towards whoever we were standing opposite, and they went, oh, that was Jacob. And he goes, oh, Jesus. And me and Brian at the same time go, no, it was just a bug. And it's like, yeah, fist bump. So, yeah, I feel like there's some similarity there, which is good. But no, we walk into the Whiskey Barbecue, looking around. We obviously see people we know and recognise and love. Mm-hmm. Next thing we know, we're being handed a whiskey glass.
Yeah.
That was this year, like last Scoopfest, it was a hip flask with like the Scoop logo, and it was filled with Whistle Pig whiskey.
I still have
this
mine.
time.
It's still filled with whiskey.
What? Wow. Okay. When No, I thought someone would have drank it by now. When I get one day to Scotland to visit you, that will have aged even further, and I will drink that motherfucking shit.
Okay.
Because it is good. I enjoy it. But yeah, these glasses, they're whiskey glasses. They're square, or I guess more like a cube without a top. You know, if I had a top, you wouldn't be able to fill it with liquid. And there's etchings on it. On the front, it has Jacob's face etched, cartoon style. And do you know what it says on the sides?
I know I read it, but I genuinely can't think off the top of my head.
I believe on one side it says, I can't drink that. And then on the other side it says, not with that attitude.
That's good.
But also, along with the glasses, we were handed lighters. Little jet lighters.
Yes.
And we're like, what the fuck? And someone said, well, you'll notice in this whiskey glass, there is a divot in the side for it to hold a cigar. Mm-hmm. There are cigars littered around, and hence the lighters as well, which is a cool little fact if you like our buddy Mitzi and enjoy a cigar, but Mitzi doesn't drink. Whereas I drink, but I don't enjoy a cigar. So what's the payoff here? Well, I can use the little cigar holder as a finger holder on the cup, and Mitzi can fill his glass with, I don't know, soda, whatever Mitzi drinks.
Well, I don't
but use
drink
the
or
holder
smoke.
for the cigar.
I don't drink or smoke, so that was entirely useless to me, apart from the fact that I got to fill it with water, and I enjoy the space to hold it, put my finger in it.
It is really good.
Yeah.
See, right now, I'm drinking a form of a mojito. It's not real, it's just made with mojito mix. Where was I going with this? I forgot. You said water...
And I could put my finger in it and hold it in the space.
Oh, yes. So that was the first thing I drank out of it when I got home, was one of these shitty mojitos. And yeah, finger. It's perfect for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the inverted fancy finger.
The inverted fancy finger. So instead of poking out, tucks in, tucks under. When I'm holding a drink, especially an alcoholic drink, I will hold it with my pinky under the glass like this. See that? Mm-hmm. So that is definitely the inverted fancy finger.
Yep.
No finesse for me. What else happened at the whiskey barbecue? Oh, Jacob made some goddamn steak, and you couldn't eat that either.
No, I
couldn't. You go to the whiskey barbecue, and you can't partake.
I can't partake in anything apart from I just enjoy the show.
Yeah, there were sides. Did you have any sides?
I don't think somebody made pizza. Somebody was making pizza.
Oh, yeah. There was wood-fired pizza going on there. That was pretty damn good.
Yep.
But Jacob cooked like 75 steaks, and they were all perfect. Oh, the one I ate was, but by all accounts, they were all perfect. Spent a lot of time with a bunch of people. I think this was the first day we spent a lot of time with our new buddy, Eric Diddleman.
Yes.
Chatting with Eric. See, last Scoopfest, it was always Diddleman this, Diddleman that when we were talking about him. Now it is just Eric.
I think
here's Eric.
He's still Diddleman.
Not to me. I spent a lot more time with him than you did this time.
Not a huge amount more.
Are you kidding? You were not around for the after events.
That's true.
There was, multiple nights.
I think even if I knew him well, because Diddleman and I killed in the escape room, which we'll come on to.
Yeah,
so I feel like we're close.
That's this episode.
We're close. But I think even if we were closer, I would still call him Diddleman. I think he'll always be Diddleman to me in my heart.
He is Eric to me. Dittleman. Go find him. ericdiddleman.com. Good guy. But yeah, so we spent a lot of time chatting with Diddleman and other people. But there was a main event. Now, we talked about this in our lead-up show to going away to Vegas because there was a special guest performer. And you, Chris, and I all said our prediction for who this was based on a clue provided by Jacob that he inadvertently gave without realizing it was a clue. Mm-hmm. We all said the same person. And at Whiskey that earlier that week with Pod Therapy and Jacob, we said to Jacob, we think we know who the special guest is.
We asked him to his face.
Yes. He said, okay, who do you think it is then? And we said who we thought it was. And he outright said no. He was like, no. I mean, that'd be great, but no, it's not. Lo and behold, we sitting there, special guest walks in, Mac King.
Mac motherfucking King, man.
Mac motherfucking King. This was a big moment for Jacob, I think. He was pretty chuffed to have Mac King performing in his backyard.
Who wouldn't be?
No shit. Yeah. But not the first time we'd seen Mac King, but it's the first time for me since 2018.
First time Chris has seen Mac King.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to take him to his full show, but we didn't have time. And I was kind of sad about that because there's some bear stuff.
There's a couple, yeah.
And as we know, anything
sense.
that is related to bears, Chris needs to know about.
Yeah, that's right. But Mac King is hilarious and great. If you're ever in Vegas, go see the Mac King show.
Yes.
I think it's like midday at Excalibur.
3 o'clock.
Definitely check it out. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember it's 3 o'clock because he might do 2 shows, but I know he's definitely got at least one at 3
maybe.
because...
Yes, he does do 2.
I remember there's one at 3 because I remember the first year I was in Vegas, the very last day I was there, went to see it and went from there to the airport.
Oh, wow. Yep. There you go. Have we got anything to say else about the whiskey barbecue?
It was just nice to catch up with stuff. That's why I go. Because obviously I can't eat anything, I can't drink anything. It's just nice to see folk and sit and chat.
I think if we don't go, it's the risk. It's not even a risk. It's a guaranteed factor because we were experiencing it before we were kidnapped, and that's the FOMO.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think we got a choice but to go.
Yeah. If we're there and we have the opportunity, we need to go.
Yeah. And luckily, thanks to Jobeth and Big Sexy, I won my ticket to the Whiskey Barbecue.
Yes.
So that saved me some dosh, which was good. Right, so from there, it was now the official... still not really the official start. It was the VIP night of Scoopfest.
Yes.
And after everyone checking in, getting their scoop stuff, so obviously the first thing you get is the robe.
Yes.
The Scoopfest 24 robe. Says big white bathrobe, not a Colt on the back. Just a casino littered with people wearing these is, and everyone said it, the best marketing move they've ever made. Because everyone's like, what the fuck is this not a Colt shit? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, well, listen to this podcast. But it's always awkward explaining it to people. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't want to tell people. It's like, yeah, it's just it's a conference we're at, you know?
That's how I always describe it, as a conference. Yeah. They're like, oh, for what? And I'm like, for a podcast.
Yeah. We're not good at obelisking. That's the problem.
I think I obelisked one of my Uber drivers.
Oh, okay.
But
there you go.
That's about it, yeah. I'm not even good at promoting my own podcast, let alone other people's.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
am actively bad at it. I'm like, they're like, so you do a podcast? I'm like, that Uber driver that I'm talking about actually asked me, oh, so do you do podcasts? I went, I just end up on podcasts. I'm like, I'm not talking about my own podcast.
I mean, we did get rid of quite a few of these, the business cards.
You did leave a fucking massive pile in the churn.
I left about this many at the churn.
That's a big pile.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
When
10.
this episode ends up 3 hours long, blame
20,
Wayne.
30, about 40 got left at the churn. But that's the idea. You leave shit there.
Much to Jacob's disdain.
VIP, yeah, but you saw that I tidied up that entire desk just so I could leave shit there.
You did.
I say, as you left like 4 bottles of whiskey just on that desk.
That doesn't count. I didn't leave them on that desk. I left the whiskey on Jacob's desk. Matt left his whiskey on...
Yes, in the hands of Matt Donnelly, yeah.
Yes.
So VIP night, also very exciting. Performer that we both, I would say, love. And that is Sarah Hester Ross.
Sarah Hester Ross is so
concert.
good. I love her.
Yeah.
She's so funny. And even that, I wish I could remember her name, who was...
Open the Bucket Show.
No, no, she didn't open the Bucket Show. She she was performing at other stuff. She performed later on. But it was I want to say Bat Scoop.
The soloist artist. Yeah.
Won the concert and he was like, can you play here? Yep. She was like, sure. So she opened while everybody was getting their packs.
Coming in to that night.
She was really good. I liked her a lot.
But also, like, while we're at it, I forget their name. I'll edit it in here. It was
Mary something.
But yeah, opened the Bucket Show. And
Very
she was hilarious.
She was really
great.
Good. Even seeing... so obviously, she opened it twice. and
Yes.
essentially the same set, but different enough jokes that it was
between
good.
bucket shows. Kez was talking to her and said, "Oh yeah, we're staying for the second show. A lot of people are." And that sort of made her think, I think it was definitely Mary something, made her think, oh, shit, a lot of the material is going to be the same. But she's professional enough to be able to change it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was good. Look at us jumping back in time a little bit there.
Yeah.
That was a day ago, far out. But Sarah Hester Ross, of course, quite famously known on TikTok for the song Stop Giving Men Microphones.
Love that song. And Florida Man Friday.
Yes, Florida Man Friday. I don't know if Florida Man Friday is real or not, or if it's like a magic trick where she says, hears someone say a date, and she's like, okay, January 2nd, and types that in, but she's still got the song there that she was always going to sing.
Well, don't forget that she's done it so often. She's probably done one for every day of the year on TikTok.
Yeah.
So for that concert, she will have written it down.
She's playing with a live band, though, so they have to know, because like the first part
it's
of
the same tune,
Florida Man at the start is
it's the same tune. They don't have to change.
The second half of that song changes depending on, like, the first one that she played, because it was Christmas time, she went into a Christmassy sounding jingle.
I think
about
it's
the guy
probably
throwing
why,
the Christmas tree.
I think it's probably why the first part is the same, so that the band know which one are we going for. Oh, we're going for that.
But if there's 365 of them,
she starts singing. They look up on their phone. I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay,
I was
maybe. Yeah, I guess she's got her iPad there as well. That she's
And they don't start at the same time she does. Like, they join in, and it slowly builds.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of pain, by the way, so...
I was watching you, wondering what you're doing these lunges for.
I've got a stitch, and it's really, really uncomfortable, and I'm trying desperately not to say, can you hang on a minute, so I can just go lie down on the floor for 20 minutes.
Do you need to roll around on the floor for a bit?
Give me 5 minutes, actually. Oof.
All right. But yeah, and then the song Stop Giving Men Microphones, which is basically about all these idiot men with podcasts spewing stupid fucking shit.
Love that she plays that at a convention for a podcast run by 3 white men.
Exactly. And they're not the only middle-aged, bearded white men with podcasts at that event.
Exactly.
There are many.
There are many.
Many. Too many. But
we get away with it because we have a queer in our midst.
Yeah, and I have the mind of a child, so...
Yeah. You're a bearded white man, in inverted commas.
Yeah. Okay, like, yeah, as in
Man-child.
I was like, I thought you were the non-binary one here.
No,
Yeah, adult. And then it was after the Sarah Hester Ross show. It was chill, like hang out with people. Now I was struggling hard after that. Mm-hmm. After about 10 minutes of talking to people, I just couldn't do it. So I think we talked about this on Pod Therapy a bit.
Yes, definitely.
So I just had to walk away and just sit by myself, whatever, because after the whiskey barbecue and everything, social battery just dead. Even though for the first half of whiskey barbecue, I was being very much like Nick, and actually hanging out with Nick, standing in the corner kind of thing. And that was the first thing I said to him. I'm going to be like you, buddy, and I'm just going to stand in the corner away from everybody. So, but not saying it's not good talking to people there, catching up with people, meeting new friends, etc.
This is exactly what we said on Pod Therapy, and I'll probably talk more about this when we talk about the next day. Yeah. Because I really felt it the next day. But
yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a reflection on any other person in that room. It's not that we don't want to talk to people in there. It's not that we don't enjoy it. It's we don't have the mental capacity to seek out those conversations and do it, like, engage in them. If you did talk to us during one of those points, it was probably very, nod of the head, a small smile, short answers.
I apologize now if you walked away from a conversation with me and was like, oh, gee, he's not a very nice person.
I mean, you look like a grumpy bastard every day of the week anyway.
That's just my face.
Just the way my face looks.
God.
God.
And people don't want to approach you because you look like a 12-year-old boy, and they're like, that's a bit risky.
That's not Brogan. Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. But then there was also the escape room as well, which originally Spadoni wanted to get me and Kez to go through and do with him, but the line was huge, and it was like 10 minutes per group. It would have been the rest of the night. So we bailed. But then at the end of the night, like, I think they closed up shop at midnight. It was like 11 p.m. And Paul was like, have you done the escape room yet?
Paul insisted that we go.
Yes.
And we said beforehand, it's like, I don't like escape rooms really. I don't care if I miss it or not. It's not my thing. But when Paul Mattingly asks you to do something, you do it. Really.
Yep. And we discovered that it was a Paul Mattingly themed escape room.
It was.
What was the story? That Paul Mattingly was kidnapped by evil Paul Mattingly or some shit like that? And we had to save him?
Being held in another room. Realm even. But,
Yeah.
But we were the last group to go in, so there was, like, loads of us.
We're very last.
Yeah. Paul didn't end up doing it with us, but because he obviously knew it all. He walked in, but... we were in a group with Dittleman, who
Eric,
lives on escape rooms.
Oh, yes,
fucking loves them. And me and him fucking destroyed that room. Everybody else just stood there, like, never got a word in edgeways.
I purposely stood back because I was obviously feeling like shit from exhaustion and social battery. Yeah. And it's like, I'm happy just to watch and push this button when it needs to be pushed.
You were like, I'll do what I'm told when I'm told.
Yeah. I see. I remember it differently. I remember most people being involved. Honestly,
I remember Eric and I talking a lot about it and like poring over the pages.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a group effort.
It probably was, but I think in my head I'm just like, oh, me and Eric are good buds with this.
Yeah. Me and Eric doing the escape rooms together. I hate escape rooms. I love escape rooms. And that's how a friendship was born.
Yeah, I do hate escape rooms, but I will do one with Eric Dittleman and to save Paul Mattingly, I will do it.
It was a lot more high tech than the one other escape room I've ever done. Like, there was NFC shit going on, and I don't know how they make these things, but like with the video production with Paul, that was pretty good as well. In a mirror, yeah, it was decent. I can't remember the name of the guy who made it. Bizarro, yeah, that's it. I was thinking Captain something, but yeah, Bizarro was it. But I think that ended that night, and then Scoopfest Technical Day 1 started. Yes. Day 1 of non-VIP. Now, before it started at like midday or 1 o'clock or something like that, didn't it?
It was the afternoon, yeah.
Oh, it started at 2 o'clock, and I remember that's 1 o'clock. Whatever it was post-midday.
Yes.
Because what did you do in the morning?
Was that the morning that I...
Yes, it was. What were you doing that morning?
I went to
Because I'll tell you what I did.
No, I didn't.
I caught an Uber to Dutch Brothers to get myself a Dutch Brothers coffee.
Okay.
And the Uber driver, you know how like you coming out of the Orleans and you should turn right to get to Dutch Brothers? This is what his maps was saying, turn right. He turned left. And then he's like, fucking Uber needs to update their map servers. Like, dude, you can blame the maps all you want. I could see it. And then he makes another wrong turn and goes another wrong way and then misses a turn. It's like, dude, I could have walked here quicker.
Yeah.
And then on the Uber back, the Uber driver was trying to sell me vapes out of the trunk of his car. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, what was your morning?
I don't know what I did in the morning.
Well, you were doing something, because remember, you were missing a key piece of something that you needed. Oh. Because this was...
I know I did something. I don't know what it was, but I know that Chris and I ended up doing something and then coming to the Orleans and then realising that I'd fucking forgot my Hydra t-shirt.
Yes, because...
We were doing our trivia battle, and I had designed and Chris had printed team t-shirts for the four of us, because it was you, me, Chris and Newman. You had your T-shirt. Chris had picked up his. He'd picked up, put on his. He'd picked up Newman's, and I went, "Fuck! I can't find mine." So we had 20 minutes to.
Yes, it was
like half an hour. We had no time at all to drive back to the Rio, get this fucking T-shirt, which I didn't know where it was. So I ran up to the room, pulled out everything out the drawers, flung it everywhere, and I'm like, I can't fucking find this T-shirt. Grabbed a liquid death and turned to look out to go out the room, because at this, bear in mind, I've ran, I'm out of breath, I'm like choking. And as I turn round, I catch sight of it out of the corner of my eye. It was sitting on the chair, out where I could see it, because I'd put it in a safe place. So I grabbed that. So this is
going from the Orleans to the Rio, up to your room, back down, back to the Orleans.
Yes. And so I just grabbed this T-shirt and ran. And as soon as the doors to the lift closed, I changed my T-shirt in the lift.
That's great. I think what it was, there was like 25 minutes you had. Because Johnny, from Two Characters and a Clown, Johnny Miles, was already in the green room with us.
Yeah.
And the moment you and Chris walked out that room, he started a timer, a countdown timer.
He started the countdown timer the second we turned round, because I watched him press the button and we turned.
Yep. And in the meantime, RJ and Jimmy have showed up. Newman has showed up. Matt's come in and checked in on us a couple of times. Like, how you doing? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't brought up to him yet that you're not here, that you and Chris are not here. At the moment, it's just me and fucking Newman about to take on Two Characters and a Clown. We thought we were going to have the advantage with 4 people over 3. Now it's 3 over fucking 2. But you made it with 2 minutes to spare.
I did.
As it's like moments before Paul and Matt are announcing Two Characters and a Clown onto the stage. Mm-hmm. And then we're getting behind the curtain for the green room. And then, what's his face? Newman and then Chris get introduced on stage. Mm-hmm. And then Matt is about to introduce us and his microphone stopped working.
His microphone stops working halfway through my name. And it's like, fucking hell.
Yeah. It's like, goddamn, I think he was saying the glue that holds it all together apparently is us. If you've seen or heard, that is so not true. The glue that held the team together was Nicholas Newman.
Newman
from
was
Newman
the
podcast.
team. We were there for moral support, let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that first question, that is, I don't think anything like that has ever happened before to Mikey, where Newman just knew the details of the answer for the question. Mm. Like, sure, Newman, he's into racehorses. Cool. But to know the name of the fucking horse.
Oh, the fear in Mikey's eyes.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it. It's on our feed. It's on YouTube. You can watch the video. The audio feed is a bit better quality, but you don't get to see us on stage, which I think lends something to it as well. What do you feel like your role was, like, on the team? Were you just like, because you were nervous going into it?
I was nervous going into it. I heard the title of the quiz, 90 sitcoms, and was like, yes, my time has come, and then was of no help at all.
No questions from the nanny. No, that's not true. It was like, it's all very team-based brainstorming, putting through logic and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of things I knew. I didn't know the answers for the question specifically, but I knew certain aspects.
Yeah, and it was just logically thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. My biggest contribution was when Two Characters and a Clown were talking, I started singing Stop Giving Men Microphones, because I'd been waiting for an opportunity to do that. And I got
it's not that they weren't talking, they were talking off mic as well.
They were talking off mic for an audio podcast.
Right? Fucking fools. I mean, the first thing was, when we were answering the first question, Newman said, do we do our work out loud? I'm like, yes, well, at least for the audience to hear.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the whole point of this festival. But yeah, I felt like my role I made the conscious decision to be the asshole, I think. Towards, I think it was not just Two Characters and the Clown, but a little bit towards not Mikey, but the quiz in general. Mm-hmm. Like when I was trash talking, it's like, oh, I thought this was meant to be hard, and then you were like, shut the fuck up, Giovinazzi.
I was like, do not fucking do it. Do not provoke do not do this.
Yeah.
Do not fucking do this.
He has time to write more questions,
He has time to write more questions. And Mikey remembers this shit.
Oh, God.
You weren't even thinking that.
No, of course I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't thinking about future me. Why would I do that?
You don't think about anything about present you. So I have to slap you. That's why you're in slapping distance 3 weeks of the year.
Yep. But it's either way though. Like you with the Stop Giving Men microphones. I had loaded. Honestly, I had loaded was I think I need something harder than an iced coffee. But because our team was doing so well, I had to go with I thought I was going to need something harder than an iced coffee. And then Smitty walks up with the fireballs.
And give them to everybody except me. And I understand that's because Smitty knows us, and Smitty's aware that I don't drink alcohol. Exactly. But I was like, I'm feeling a bit left out, actually.
Yeah.
And then he did give me one, and I promptly gave it to you.
Yes. Gave to me is a bit of strong language there. I took it from in front of you. And double-fisted those.
There was no. Shots. You say that like there was any kind of or disappointment. I just wanted to be gifted one. I didn't want to take it. I didn't even want to touch it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, you wanted to. It's the thought that counts. Mm-hmm. But yep. Spoilers, if you haven't seen or heard yet, we ended up victorious against Two Characters and a Clown.
We did.
2-5. And Mitzi the odds maker, had Two Characters and a Clown half a point higher than us to winning. We were the underdogs.
It was the year of the underdogs.
Oh, it truly was. Yeah. Yes, it really was. For all of the quizzes, yeah. But we'll talk about them as the days continue. But what happened after that? After the Mikey quiz, it was the variety show.
Yes.
There was a break, I'm sure we stopped and got food.
Show.
Yeah. The variety show, which Honeycomb, is that his name?
I don't know because I think it might have been Honeycomb, but I don't know the order of this because I don't remember because
you weren't doing great.
I wasn't doing great that day. Everything kind of caught up with me. I was very stressed from all that happening, and I essentially went to the backstage where I dumped my stuff before the quiz, put my head on the table and lay there for about half an hour. Well into the variety show.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't until, I think it was just before Hazel Honeysuckle went on that I came back through.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'd been talking to her backstage. And I was like, I'm just not... Because she was like, why do you cut? I was like, I'm feeling a bit off. She's like, stand at the back, it'll be fine. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I ended up standing right at the back of the room. And even then, the speakers were so fucking loud.
Yeah.
It was, it was a long day.
But Hazel is good. That's so another new friend. Another new friend. Hazel Honeyhurst is also the Green Fairy in Absinthe. I think we mentioned that last episode. Honeysuckle, sorry. Hazelhurst is an actor's name that I'm thinking of. Hazel Honeysuckle, yes. But yeah, you missed Honeycomb. I think it was Honeycomb was his name. I think
it was because he popped up a couple of times.
Yeah, he opened the show and was so good, standing ovation for opening act. It was definitely, I think, one of the major highlights of the variety show. But there were a lot of good bits of comedians, magicians, burlesque, including Morning Murders Girls as well. Mm-hmm. Did you see them? The clown bit?
I think I did.
Yep.
I think I did, yeah. Because was that hand act?
No, they were clowns doing... Oh, yeah, you're right, it was.
Yeah,
it was
I did
like
see
a
that.
hand balance act kind of thing. Yeah, that's right.
Also, I can't remember her name, who done it, but Puppet Jesus.
Oh, yes.
Which I don't actually remember the act, because it was one you had to be kind of up close for to really see what's happening. But what I knew the basic principle of it because I remember that the performer, whose name just completely escapes me, was on ICS. And had talked about this act. And I remember, bearing in mind I'm standing right at the back of the room next to the double doors, and about 3 people who were not Scoops walked in looking for other conferences. And one guy just sort of stood there looking around, and I'm like, "You okay? Can I help you?" Because he was wearing a lanyard, and it was definitely not Scoopfest. And I was like, "You okay, bud?" And he's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "This is a thing for a podcast here in Vegas to wear." Wonderful! And then walked out. He was delighted, and then just walked away.
Yeah, what is this? Like, come on. You're telling me you've never seen a sexy lady dressed up in creepy clothing, doing burlesque, filleting a Jesus puppet? That should be a regular occurrence in Vegas, right?
If anything shocks anybody in Vegas, then that's on them.
That was pretty heavy for me, honestly. It was tough, but the whole time I was very concerned about foot to mouth.
I was very concerned about front row equals consent, and like front row does not equals consent.
Well, she picked on fact check Andy.
I remember. I did see that. I was supposed to fact check Andy a lot on Scoopfest because he was running the game room. And we ended up chatting a lot. Yeah. I remember seeing that.
I didn't even go out there while the game room was active. I was only in there as the green room before the quiz.
I think the game room was technically active when I was in there, but it wasn't. People weren't playing games. No
one there, yeah. But yeah, a lot of good acts. That, of course, closed with the Puppet Jesus and Standing O again. So opened and closed with Standing O's. And then I think it was another break, and we came back to another show. Now, where were you for this? You weren't sitting up front for it, were you? You were hanging out by the back for the Foolers reunion tour.
Yes.
I'm very happy we got to see it though, because Matt Donnelly, Vinnie Grosso, JJ, Jessica Jane.
I love JJ so much. She's the sweetest. Adore her. Definitely
another friend. And Alex Ramon and MJ, all there to do. I want to say the full Foolers tour show. The full that they could do, and it really was, because one of the tricks they do on the road was Casey at the Bat, depending on the theatre, if they were able to string it up in that. And if not, their go-to trick was nail gun.
Yes.
And by, I don't know, whatever miracles, you can hear about it on Ice Cream Social, you can hear Matt talk about it. We're not going to go through someone else's story here. But nail gun was there. And if Casey at the Bat was the trick I wanted to see them do most, I think I'm wrong. I think nail gun is the trick that I would want to see Matt and Jessica do the most, and very glad got to.
That was a good trick.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
a
Casey at the Bat.
So it's all Penn and Teller tricks, so it's all good. But
that's it. Casey at the Bat probably is my favourite Penn and Teller bit, and nail gun is a very close second. And I know how Matt Donnelly feels about nail gun. He loves nail gun as well. He says this is a trick that should be in the Smithsonian Museum.
Yes.
And watching Matt...
Even Handro, like, big talented magicians fucking love that trick.
Yeah. And then after the show, when Matt was taking photos with people and that, went up and said, fucking great job, man. You and Jessica with nail gun. It's like, just watching you do that, I think I was feeling emotions, buddy. It was just watching you do it was fucking great. So I think that was definitely the highlight of the Foolers reunion tour for me. And I was even on stage for a good 7-8 minutes for a trick with Vinnie Grosso.
Oh,
yeah.
You were standing next to John.
Yes, I was standing next to John. Was I?
Yes, you were. I was trying to figure out why I remember that. Because I took the picture of the two of you, flipped it and said, look, they got John Wayne on stage.
Oh. Bravo. I'm not even hitting the clap button for that one.
No. That's all it deserves.
Yeah. But yeah, that is one of the only times that I get to be on stage for magic shows that I go to.
I know. I feel like I've had my last day.
People.
I feel like I've had my last day when Piff picked me.
Yeah.
I almost put my hand up for when we were at Penn and Teller that last time, and he was doing Coincidence. He started asking.
I did, yeah.
When he was talking about people for the outstate. I put my hand up and then went, don't put your fucking hand
same.
up.
Yeah. No, I did put my hand up for out of state, absolutely. Because he doesn't really know me at all.
You would get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I would.
He knows me by reputation than anything else.
Yeah.
Just because, like, Piff Comic and that. And sure, met a few times, whatever. But no, not to the same level as you guys. Where are we at? 42 minutes. We're doing fine. So, yeah, after that, I think you called it a night after Fool's tour. You and Chris went back to the Rio and
we were just...
and chilled.
That was not okay.
Yeah. Whereas me and Kez, a whole bunch of other people, went up to McMullen's and just basically spent the night chilling, talking with Matt Donnelly, Eric Diddleman, and JJ.
Nice.
Yeah. And it basically became JJ coming to us and Diddleman coming to us every time. It's like, oh, there's the Australians kind of thing.
That's cute.
But no, Kez and Jessica definitely hit it off. It helps that she'd been doing a lot of cruise ship tours out of Australia recently.
Yeah.
So she's very used to Australians, I guess. But no, that was definitely, I think, my favourite night at McMullen's. Just getting to hang out with those guys, a couple other people as well, and just chatting without having to feel pressure of, because not everybody went either, like the last night of Scoopfest. So it was a lot more casual, which enjoyable. So I guess that means we're coming up to the final day of Scoopfest.
Yes.
So, day 3 opens up, trivia battle, pod therapy versus morning murders. Mm-hmm. The morning murders girls fucking brought it on.
They did really well.
And not just because they won, their whole production value. They had fucking props.
Yeah, they always have props.
They celebrate so hard with these props, rubber chickens, streamers, poppers, the whole lot. But my favourite part of it, where the question is asked, and all of a sudden, life coach Jacob music plays.
That was
Jacob
so good. That was
strolls
so good.
in, not strolls, storms the stage like a wrestler whose intro music has played, and then just, with full confidence, gives the answer.
Answers the question, doesn't wait for the result, walks off stage, she's own music, and is fucking wrong.
Yes, and that is how it goes every time.
No, he only did it once.
No, every time he's done it. He did it last time as well. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that he did it last time. But, like, what a fucking icon.
Baller move.
Baller move by Jacob, the audio guy.
It's basically that card trick I do every time we're in the churn, where I say pick a card, and then I just
hate that trick. I hate when you do it so much. And I know that you know I hate when I do it.
I love it. I did it the other day. I said, think of any card, and I say, well, and I lift the top card, and I say, here it is, the 7 of clubs, and it's not. And then I cut to the random card, 7 of clubs, and I look at the card, I'm like, oh my fucking god, oh no, wait, it's the 7 of spades, never mind. That's the closest I've ever been. Pod therapy commiserations, couldn't follow our lead and take the win. So technically the underdogs won that one as well with morning murders. Then we had, what was it? I think there might have been a bit of a break, and then there was the main event. Brogan is struggling.
I'm in a lot of pain right down here. I feel like I'm being stabbed, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to ride it out.
Do you need to take a break?
There's no point. It's
okay. All right. The main event: Ice Cream Social versus Great Night, Schwood and Jury. But they had a third competitor on their team in Eric Diddleman.
Yes, because they had Bryce last year.
Yep.
They had Bryce last year, and Bryce is now not doing Great Night, so they needed a third person to bring it up. So they got Diddleman.
But you tell me a little bit about this, because I don't really know exactly how this came about. Like, of course, there was a lot of fucking shit talking from Jury and Schwood leading up to this for weeks.
2 or 3 weeks on the trot. Jury would have, like, entire monologues. And I'm talking like a solid 20 minutes of Great Night where he just shit-talked them. Betting the life of his unborn daughter.
Oh, yes.
You know, like, my daughter will not be born with a loser for a father.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But one of his key phrases that he kept saying is, like, bear in mind, he's holding the crappy belt, looking directly in the camera, like,
yes. Yeah.
We win, you lose, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the camera zoom, like, it gets Brian to zoom in the camera. It's like a WWE heel turn. It's the entire thing, right? So
it's not a heel turn.
It's not a heel
Jury
turn.
and Schwood are always heel.
They're just always heels.
Always.
But it made me really laugh the first time I seen, we win, you lose, repeat. I thought that's really funny. So I made a design of that, designed like the Great Night logo, same font, which you can't find anywhere. I had to make that font.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a pain in the arse.
Did you even try font searches and stuff?
I tried every font
image
search.
Okay.
And I tried reverse search for the,
It's probably an edited font. That's
I think it's an edited font, because I managed to find a font close to it that I edited. Yeah. So, so I made that and I sent it to Schwood and Jury and it's like, look, you don't have to use this. But I was like, I love and support Matt Donnelly, but I'm not a fool. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. If you want to use it, that's funny. And Brian was like, oh, I think it was Jury was like, that's funny. And then I was like, actually, I kind of want them to have this, because only Jury had seen it at this point. And I was like, I'm going to get Chris to make the t-shirts. So Chris made t-shirts. And then, like, a day before Scoopfest, Brian was like, oh my God, that's so fucking funny. I can't believe this. And I was like, see me at Scoopfest. I've got stuff for you. And turns out Jury had an entire conversation with me in his head that he was getting t-shirts printed for this. I forgot to tell me.
I thought you guys talked about this at the Whiskey Barbecue.
We talked about it at the Whiskey Barbecue.
Okay.
So that's where I discovered all this. So the plan was the t-shirts were secretly distributed between...
Amongst the crowd,
amongst Diamond Club members. Or anybody who just wanted a laugh, because I just thought it was really fucking funny. Yeah. So, and including...
It definitely upped the whole production value of the event.
Which was already pretty high, considering we haven't even talked about the belt yet. But... Yeah, well, it was very... it was a WWE event, basically, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so it all gets distributed by Diamond Club members while we're trying to not let Matt, Paul, and Jacob figure this out. So I'm like hiding away. Jury's gone to get the t-shirts, to get them to Mitzi, to get them to me. I'm waiting downstairs. I've run into Paul, and Paul's like, oh, I'll just wait with you. And I'm like, cool, let's go over here. So I have to leave Diamond Scoop to pick them up, who I've just met and introduced myself to. It probably works out better that way, because why Jury thought to give them to me to distribute? I'm like, Jury, I kind of get it because I'm the one that made the design, but like, just, I don't know who to give it to. Don't give it to me. I'll just sit on all the t-shirts myself. Yeah. But my favourite thing about that was when they introduced them and people took their other shirts off. Yeah, they all stood up revealed their "We win, you lose" repeat shirts underneath. The best thing about this was, and they were like, and we've even recruited your own brother, Paul. And Paul's brother, John, stood up with the t-shirt and put it on one of his own. And I thought, fucking love the honk, man. Yeah. And that's when Diddleman came out in the shirt as well to be revealed on the Great Night team. Yeah. So that was really fun. And then they started losing. And the second they started losing... That's not even it yet. That's not even yet. We've got the other entrants. Oh, yeah. Mitzi was going through the odds of what was going to happen throughout the game, like who's going to be the first to talk their team into wrong answer and stuff like that. Yeah. And then Mitzi said, I've just noticed that there is a mistake on here because I've referred to Great Night as... Night Attack. Night Attack, which means
he has to take possession of the belt or something like that? Is that what the rule was?
So the rule is, when you're in the Great Night Studio, when you refer to it as Night Attack, you put on the astronaut helmet.
Mm-hmm.
What Mitzi said was, he's like, oh, so I have to hold the belt. So everybody's very, very confused as to what's going on.
Yeah, like everyone on stage doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
I have a vague idea of what's happening because I remember, because Matt Doherty told me.
Oh.
We must have had the Mouth Finger Butthole tournament before this.
Yeah, I've not got Mouth Finger Butthole written down here. But that took place on, I think, day 2 of Scoopfest.
It took place before this anyway, because I was speaking to Matt Doherty after this.
Yeah.
The context is important because Matt Doherty won Mouth Finger Butthole and is a husband model for 2024.
That's right, 2024. The all-new Matt Doherty, Brogan Hastings husband model. But yeah, this music just starts fucking playing, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then the back doors to the conference room burst open, and all these people just come marching in, looking like fucking security. Mm-hmm. You got security there,
dancing
lined up
girls,
against the stage,
bald men with beards,
boys.
Dancing girls, dancing boys. There was girls there too. There was dancing boys.
Well, it was originally meant to be all the guys were meant to be security, all the girls were meant to be the cheerleaders, and they're like, let's just fucking flip that because that's funny. So the majority were boy dancers and majority were girl security guards.
Yeah.
But then fucking like a goddamn king, like a CEO, in walks Raya motherfucking Appledawn.
Raya has, in comparison to last Scoopfest, Raya looks like something straight out of a steampunk novel.
Yes.
He has the curly moustache. He has the little goatee. He's wearing suits and
3-piece suits.
He's wearing 3-piece suits, and I'm pretty sure he has like a pocket watch chain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like this is a motherfucking king right here.
Yes. And he's walking in with a brand fucking new belt draped over his shoulder
that he has made,
that he has put the sweat, blood and tears into, and it is a nice fucking belt.
Raya is so fucking talented. Like, holy fucking shit. That man is just, I can't even begin to describe how fucking incredibly talented he is.
2022, after our first Scoopfest, we got home and Raya messaged us and said, hey, it'd be cool to collaborate together one day. Aww. Don't know what, but it'd be cool. Now it's like, we're not fucking worthy.
That's exactly it. Raya is so sweet that he actually phoned me, I think the day after I got home, the first year of Scoopfest, just to check that everything was okay, that I got home okay. He is the sweetest. I love him so much. If Raya wants anything, it is done. No questions asked.
Yep. I like Raya. He's good peeps. But yeah, I don't think, look, it's tough to beat that belt entrance and that belt in general. Mm-hmm. But the end result of that Mikey Newman quiz, I think it's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, back slightly, with the t-shirts, when the boys, when the Great Night Boys started losing.
Oh, yes.
I very, because I had it on under my cowboy shirt. I just very slowly started buttoning up my shirt again.
Yeah.
It's like, nope.
But yeah, Ice Cream Social takes the win. Finally happened.
Very proud of them.
And Eric Diddleman was like, ha ha ha, I was a triple agent all along, sabotaging your choices. And he takes off the Great Night shirt, puts on a robe or a Scoopfest shirt or whatever it was.
I actually said that to...
That was comedic.
I actually said that to Schwood after the thing. I went up to the table and I was like, you let a Scoop design a t-shirt for you?
Yeah. You fool! Oh gosh, and then I think, that was the end of Scoopfest for you. Oh no,
I went to the bar.
Yeah, but you went to Penn and Teller.
I went to Penn and
Teller. You
and
Chris went to Penn and Teller
after
during
that.
the Jock versus Nerd Ball.
I was not interested in going to the Jock versus Nerd Ball at all. I was aware that we didn't have much time left, and I wanted to go and see Penn and Teller with Chris at least once more.
Yep. So. Don't get me wrong, I had concerns going into it, especially after night one of Scoopfest and everything, and overwhelmed with people, etc. Because it's just a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
But I had my very really last minute costume idea, which was the performance mullet, which was when Matt was talking about being on the road, thought he left his stage pants at home and was going to have to perform in a tuxedo jacket and track pants, in leisure pants.
Yeah. So
I liked that idea. I managed to get everything I needed. That's what I wore. But yeah, it was all right. I had the remainder of my Piff comics, which I think was 3, left to sell. And some very kind people wanted to buy them. And they did. And I haven't forgot about you. I know at least 2 of you listen. I will be reaching out shortly because as part of the purchase, you get to be either by name or likeness or both in a Piff comic. So I'll reach out soon. But yeah, Andy was fact check. Andy was there doing the caricatures, so we got that done, and he had the sign saying, "I will draw whatever the fuck I like, and you will like it." Basically.
Yeah.
But it was a nice photo. It was. I say photo. I don't look that good in photos. This was amazing what he did. And then, of course, as always, there was the you missed Scoop Hall's Drag Race entrance. That was another fucking amazing entrance.
Mm-hmm. It always is.
Did you see all the light up foam things that were around? Basically, everyone made a huge tunnel. Mm-hmm. Like those stupid wedding tunnels and stuff. And then I can't remember what the song was, but it was just a great. I Feel Like a Woman. It was great. But yeah, and then of course they have the best dressed competition, and where they pick who they like, the boys, that is Matt, Paul, and Jacob, and then they've picked everyone, and then Matt says, and there's even I've seen 3 me's here tonight, but I got to say my favorite, and he points to me, is Wayne Geo, and he gestures for me to come up to the circle, in the middle of the circle. So I walk up, I don't know if he goes to hand me the microphone, but I take the microphone out of his hand and he's like, "You're not a finalist though." And I sort of like do a little pivot, start to walk away, realize I got the microphone, turn back, handed the microphone, pivot, walk away. And Matt perfectly says, "That is the least Wayne has ever had to say."
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on. Did you see John's, Paul's brother's costume?
I did see the pictures, yes.
Spirit of the Aladdin Club. That was my favourite, but deservedly so. Scoopy Kaye motherfucker.
Holy
milk
shit.
leg. And that was a very last minute costume.
I saw the props for Milk Leg at the bar. Fucking disgusting. Yes. I saw the pictures, I saw the videos.
You saw the videos of Jury drinking from the teat? Fuck me. At least it was oat milk, so it was not spoiled or anything.
Holy shit.
But then, then it was to McMullen's, and I tell you, the price of fame, my friend, I could not buy myself a drink that night. Mm-hmm. It's just... Everyone wants to... I'm sure if you drank, they would have been buying you drinks as well. But all I wanted to do was buy Matt Donnelly a drink.
Yeah.
But no. Of course, Matt Donnelly's always going to buy a drink. It's like, wanted to buy someone else a drink. It's like, nope, such and such is paying. It's like, all right. Want to buy another drink, and I'm like, this is the perfect time, I'll go by myself. There's no one around, there's no one at the bar. Scoop Hall was there, that's cool, have a chat with Scoop Hall. Of course they buy the drinks. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But no, I had a good chat with Scoop Hall's Drag Race. Nice. Enjoyable chat. Another good people. But then eventually I managed to buy them a drink back in return. So
good.
that was good. I say can't buy myself a drink. I had like 3 drinks that night. So it's not like, yeah. But no, another great time at McMullen's.
The thing that really got me about that is, because Chris and I got there after Penn and Teller. We weren't there very long before folks started turning up.
Yeah.
Poor time. So we left relatively early. But I went to, because I was going around hugging, because I knew that I wouldn't see Schwood or Judy after that, because they were back on the plane the next morning. And I went to hug Schwood, and Schwood was quite a bit in his cups at this point. But he just held me for a really, really long time. He was like, I'm really glad that I can call you a friend. And I'm like, stop it! I was like, you're going to make me cry. I was like, oh, bud, I just love you so much. And he was just very emotional the whole time. And I was like, oh, bub.
But I think that was the end of Scoopfest.
I think so, because we didn't go to Regret Fest.
No.
Because you and Kes had to move.
Something. Oh, yes, that's what we did.
You and Kes had to move hotels, and we were taking just John, I think, back to the airport. Yeah.
But Paul was with you.
Paul was with us. That's what I mean. We were with Paul. Yeah. That's why I can't remember. But I think Paul was like the next day.
Yeah. What was hilarious was when we walked out, we saw John standing there on the curb. It's like they're going to come up and pick up John and see us, and they're probably going to feel really bad. At least Chris did. But we knew that it was fine. We had already ordered our Uber XL or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was more comedic to us than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved into the Rio. Wow, that was something. We check in, early check-in, thankfully. Go up to the room. It was in the Masquerade Tower, just like you. It was an old room, but look, we went into your old room, and your old room was all right. It was not terrible. Mm-hmm. The one that we were given, fuck me, this was as old as the Rio itself. Carpet coming up. Disgusting stains on everything. And it smelt heavily of cigarettes.
That's so weird. I've never had a room that bad at the Rio. Mine's have always been good for real rooms.
Last year it was a passable room. But Kez is like, can't do it. So she went down, told them what's going on, and the guy at the desk is like, all right, we'll put you in a new room. We'll upgrade you. No extra cost. Put you in the Ipanema Tower. Mm. And yes, that is a much better, much nicer room.
They've done a really good job with the Ipanema Tower.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's not the Bellagio or the Venetian or anything like that, but it is a nice sort of mid-range hotel.
Yeah, for the prices, sometimes you're talking like $39 a night. That's a good rate. $18 a night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's before your resort fees and all that shit, though. I mean, I'll bring it up now, even though it happened a day or two later. As you know, we were struggling to find accommodation for EDC weekend because the Rio was sold out and everywhere was so expensive. Kez went down and talked. I was there as well. We went and talked to the desk again, and Kez was like, look, I'm hoping you can perform some kind of miracle for us and explain the situation. And 100% props to the person who helped us out, because they were going through everything, looking at everything, went to speak to their manager, came back, and they were like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what my manager has just told me not to do. And they overbooked the hotel. So that meant we not only got to stay at the Rio for that whole time, not have to move hotel and move hotel again, but we got to stay in our free upgraded new room in the Ipanema Tower. So that was one of the rare times I was like, this person deserves a tip. Yeah. So yeah, that was definitely a tip well spent by us. So I think that was very good. And I think we need to write an email to the Rio about this person who helped us out. Because
do they want it in writing if they've been told by their manager not to do that?
No, that's not what we're saying. We're going to say we recently visited, had some trouble, and they helped us out tremendously. Thank you very much to them. This is their name. So yeah, after that, we got moved in. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Brogan? And you were like, I'm about to go ride that motherfucking bull.
Oh, that was Bull Day, yes.
Yep, down at Gillies. Now, you've always said you don't have anything to back this up, but you just feel like you would do really good at it.
I felt deep in my soul that I would be good at it.
And in the car park, in the parking garage, walking there... Oh, fuck, that was an effort fucking walking there, wasn't it? We went the wrong way, three times?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, look, I don't disagree with you that for no reason you think you can do good, and you probably can, but for no reason, I feel like I can do better than you.
You did say that, and I was like, put your money where your motherfucking mouth is.
Well, I wasn't going to ride it.
I was
and then you were like, it's $10.
I was really annoyed about that, and I knew it was irrational, and I was like, motherfucker.
But it was just that same sort of feeling that you had. It's like not, oh yes, I'm a man, I can do better than a non-binary person or anything like that. But no, look, we can put up the videos of our performances, and you know what? How about we don't say the results, and we put that as a poll for people to vote on who they think will win?
No, we're talking about this.
Okay, Brogan, how long did you last?
So, for context, they put on the website, can you last 8 seconds on the
that's
bull?
the typical thing, is 8 seconds.
Typical thing's 8 seconds. I lasted for 30 seconds on this bull.
That's a fucking effort.
Do you know what it was? Because I didn't realise at the time. Like in my head when I was thinking, oh, I can do really good at this. I was thinking, holding on with both hands to the reins.
2 hands. That's not how you ride a bull.
No, and I was told you have to put your hand under the hoop. Mm-hmm. So you're holding it like that. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And the other hand has to be in the air. I was like,
yep.
Fuck.
Well, it doesn't have to be in the air. It just can't be like touching the bull.
She did say it had to be in the air for me.
Well, in the air can be like this, It just can't be touching anything else.
Oh, the way she said it was...
In the air is what helps you keep your balance.
The way she said it, it was implied it was up there, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, 30 seconds on that bull. And when you watch the video, you can see them at the end. They're just trying to get me off.
Oh, they want you off.
They were trying to get me off. It was really funny.
So, Brogan, how about you ask me that same question?
How long did you last on the bull?
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
A third of my time.
Yeah. But Chris said that they went fucking hard on me from the start.
Oh, do you think?
I haven't seen the playback, so I don't know. But this is what Chris said. But no, still 10 seconds versus 30. It's like you would have had at least 15 seconds of them going hard on you, trying to get you off. So no matter what, you lasted longer.
I think even if they'd gone, if they'd gone as hard as they did at the end, as they did at the start, I probably would have lasted, I would say about 15, 20 seconds. The only reason I fell off when I did is because my hand gave out.
Yes. Yeah. My hand hurt after that.
Oh, yeah.
My problem was, because my hand was hurting, I was falling off to the side and couldn't use it to get myself back up.
Yep.
But hey, we both kicked that 8 seconds.
The second you get out of alignment, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. But we both destroyed 8 seconds. I mean, you absolutely destroyed 8 seconds, but yeah.
Annihilated it.
Yes. Oh, here we go. This... me and Kez went to Penn and Teller that night as well. You didn't. I think you were doing something else, or you were...
Paul was wanting to do some stuff.
Yeah. That's right. You went for dinner and that.
We looked after Paul.
Yeah. And it was Chris's last night. Yeah. See, now, we forgot to mention this during the Foolers reunion tour. Matt does the Battle of Wishes.
Yes.
Where everyone gets a piece of paper.
I think
we haven't talked about the specifics. Yeah. The specifics are, you write... Oh, yeah, we talked about the specifics last episode. So, what did you write on your wish?
I don't know what I wrote for the Foolers tour.
Okay.
I know what
fine.
I wrote for... Because they do it in Penn and Teller.
In the Battle of Dreams,
In the Battle of Dreams. I think I wrote... I wish I was in the world's best jazz club with Matt Donnelly listening to the Mike Jones trio. Duo, even.
Duo. The duo, yes. I said the same thing. Well, mine at Foolers Live was in the arms of Matt Donnelly sharing a special moment.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm seated close to the stage, front row, if not second. Everyone scrunches up their wishes, throws them on stage, and then someone is invited up on stage. Oh, no, they're already on stage, but they collect them into like a vase. First wish read out. I wish I was in the arms of Matt Donnelly sharing a special moment. And I feel a little bit offended because someone in the crowd shouted out, was that Brogan's? And like, excuse the fuck me, no. Yeah.
I didn't know that bit.
Yeah. So I thought that was hilarious that
They shouted
it
that at the
actually
Penn
got
and
read
Teller
out.
show.
No, This is Foolers Live.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. But then now at the Penn and Teller show that you weren't at, but me and Kez were, we bought tickets last second because we're like, fuck, we have to. And we were not close to the stage. We were ground level, yes, but no. I tried my hardest to throw my dream up there as didn't make it. It was just somewhere in the crowd or an aisle or something. So I'm like, oh, well, doesn't matter. Anyway, the guy on stage collects all the dreams. Penn has him read the first one. He reads it and it says, I wish I was in the arms of Matt Donnelly sharing a warm embrace. And Penn says, you've already done that, knowing full well that Scoopfest had just been.
Yep.
But what is the chances that both times I see that trick, it is the first one read out?
That's very funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious. That made it for me. Having paid the money that I paid to see Penn and Teller that night, it just made it a little bit more. But of course, the third time it didn't happen. Oh well. And Penn also shouted out Scoopfest and Scoops multiple times during that show.
He did that during the night before when Chris and I were there as well, to the point that we texted Matt and was like, oh my God!
Yeah, but there were a lot of Scoops wearing the robes as well, which I thought was not my cup of tea, not my bag, baby. I was just wearing my fancy shirt.
I liked the robes. I liked wearing the robes. But it was too warm.
This was at the Rio, though. They've taken them from the Orleans to the Rio. It's like, but it was a bit much for me. Where we're at? We're okay. We could probably go another half hour if you've got it in you.
Don't know if I do, man.
All right. So we'll call this one short.
Yeah.
Because where we continue next is us spending the day with Mox. But that'll have to be next episode.
I think we'll have to speed it up from here. Because we've taken 2 episodes to talk about 1 week.
We've got 10 days left.
Yeah.
So that's doable. We can. Mine. It says day 16 ends on day 26. I may have missed some days. I don't know.
Yeah, because at this point we're only on the.
We're through about a week.
We're on the 12th, so we've got 2 weeks left to go.
Okay, well, obviously nothing important happened on a lot of days, because this was our chillest sort of Vegas adventure. But yeah, if you're enjoying these episodes, please let us know, because we're always a little concerned that people don't like listening to this shit. Feedback, we would appreciate it. It would make me feel better about talking about this stuff, even though it's good for us because we get to talk about it, at least just with ourselves, like we said.
It's essentially our diary.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it anyway. We're just making you listen to it as well. So yeah, if you would like more content, you can go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. Couple of bucks our way, and yeah, you got access to all this bonus content, which is coming out regularly now with the episodes, and then the back catalogue is still there, and then there's 20 or so of those middle episodes which will eventually get put up as well for bonus content. But you can also find us on all social media at NicePodBud, and you can even talk to Brogan at 7 Billion Needles on all them social media places. That's your cue to pimp me.
Oh, and you can find Wayne at Wayne Geo.
I'm not even cutting that out. Brogan is doing stuff at the moment, like important stuff. So that's one of the reasons why we're ending this now. But anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.